This is David Harrison Greis of the Greis Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. Tonight, I'm going to give you a shining example of how this administration has your tax dollars hardly at work. So I'm going to let Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem say this in her own words.
Remember that a nation without borders is no nation at all. And we're so thankful that we have a president that understands that and understands that a secure border is important to our country's future. Now, if you look at the structure that's behind me, it's tall, which makes it very, very difficult to climb, almost impossible. It also goes deep into the ground, which would make it very difficult, if not impossible, to dig under. And today, we are also going to be painting it black. That is specifically at the request of the president, who understands that in the hot temperatures down here, when something is painted black, it gets even warmer, and it will make it even harder.
So, now that we've actually heard her say it, I can't think of a more ridiculous plan. Paint the border wall black so that it's too hot to climb on. That sounds like a cartoon. I mean, you can't make this up. And guess what? As you heard, Trump requested this. And I really want to highlight something that she said. A nation without borders is no nation at all. Oh, yeah? What are you doing with Ukraine then? Get in there and help Ukraine defend its borders and stop putzing around. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, anything that you have. We're happy to boost your stories, your own personal stories, your own leads, and your own videos of the protests and the music festivals. And more importantly, if you subscribe to our channel, it really helps us to grow and it helps us to spread the news, because the more followers that we get, the more our videos are boosted out to the public, and we're pushing some pretty important news, I feel. So let's get on with the rest of tonight's show. So ABC7, a local news station here in New York City, a couple of days ago, I reported on a 6-year-old who was abducted from the 26 Federal Plaza Immigration Court with her mother and 19-year-old brother. Well, we have an update. The mother and the 6-year-old daughter, who is a student at BS 89 in Queens, were officially deported to Ecuador. So they are gone. What is most disturbing is that the family was not kept together. The 19-year-old brother is still in an immigration detention center, otherwise known as a concentration camp, in New Jersey. I'm speechless. What's going on here is so obvious. They're building some kind of a pipeline. They want people who are young and capable of work. That's why they're trying to remove protections. We're going to watch this very closely, because as of right now, this is still conjecture, but I do feel like this is going to happen at some point. We're going to see those immigration camps begin to be used as labor camps, and that's what we don't ever need to happen. We don't want that to happen. That is the way that everything started during World War II with the Holocaust. So we're going to be keeping our eye closely on this, and to that end, New York City is finally doing a little something about all of this. So this comes from NewYork.gov. NewYorkCity.gov, excuse me. This is an official government document from the city of New York. So right now, I'm surprised that I haven't heard more about this. I don't know why it's not bigger news. There is a lawsuit here in New York City. The African Communities Together and The Door are suing Lyons, Noem, Owen, and Bondi. And they're doing this because of the courthouse arrests at 26 Federal Plaza. Now, the city of New York, or Eric Adams on behalf of the city of New York, Eric Adams is the mayor of New York, he filed what's called an amicus brief with the court. So basically what an amicus brief does is it provides information to the court that could help the court system make a decision on the case that's beyond what's available from the parties involved in the case. So this is like kind of a character reference for the case itself, something that could help make that decision. So in the amicus brief, the city of New York has stated two very important points regarding the immigration courthouse arrests. Number one, the fear of immigration enforcement and immigration courthouses will drive people out of the legal immigration system. So what they're saying there is that the legal immigration system that we currently have in place to help people become citizens, people are not going to participate in that, and then they're going to be in a catch-22 where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You go to the courthouse, you get abducted. You don't go to the courthouse, you get chased down and abducted. Which one's worse? They're both the same end result. You wind up either getting deported or sent to a concentration camp. So this is a very, very good point. And the second main point that they have, and this is very important because this is something that's going on in Washington, D.C. right now. This basically undermines local governance. So them coming in here and taking over a courthouse in New York City to detain New Yorkers and abduct them and send them to different concentration camps around the country or deport them, it undermines our local system of government. This is what we call federal overreach. And that's what's happening in Washington, D.C. And if we are able to make our case with this and this kind of lawsuit actually gains success, we may have a legal ground to stand on when it comes to when Trump tries to take New York. So we're going to be keeping our eye on all this, and I'll let you know how it all unfolds. I'll also be linking all the court documents in the description. My name is David Harrison Greis. This is the Greis Report. Signing off. Have a great night.